Vietnam's fairy tale. The Tale of the Water Rail or the Quak bird. Formerly, there were two close friends named Quak and Nhung studying together. They were both poor and orphaned, but Quak luckily had more education and became a teacher. Though not having much money, Quak often helped Nhung. In return, Nhung has once taken good care of Quak and saved Quak's life when Quak was seriously ill. Then came a time, in order to make a living, the two friends had to part. Each took a different life. While Quak lived as a teacher, Nhung wandered to the remote region to work as a hired laborer. After a period of wandering here and there, he finally became an employee for a wealthy merchant. Realizing his honesty and diligence, the merchant trusted him. Soon later, the merchant agreed to give Nhung his daughter in a marriage. Nhung's wife has a lot of personal assets. Therefore, Nhung naturally became a well-to-do businessman in the region. Being wealthy, Nhung never forgot the valuable friendship. He still remembered the promise to live for better or for worse together with Quak. Nhung made an effort to look for Quak and was delighted to find out Quak was still alive. Although Quak was in the middle of a school year, Nhung was able to negotiate with the parents of the young students to train their teacher in order Quak could come live with him. Nhung instructed their family servants to treat Quak with no difference to him, providing Quak with timely meals and care. But Nhung's wife was different from her husband. She had always looked down upon the poor, and because she did not live through the hard days with Nhung, she did not really understand the bond between Nhung and Quak. Seeing how her husband treated the guests, she did not dare to say anything at first. Nhung always told his wife, "This is the closest person in my life. Without him, I'm not sure I am still alive to meet you." Nhung's wife only muttered, "Friends only stay idle and enjoy." Gradually, Nhung's wife became annoyed. She was irritated because the man from nowhere came to her house, doing nothing to help her family, just sitting on the front bed, eating and drinking twice a day. Nhung's wife started with some unpleasant words, then she did not hide her vexation. One day, the woman grumbled both her husband and the guests. "Not my father, not my dead father. Why on earth do you take him home to serve? Just eat and sleep? Get rid of him." Seeing his wife's increasingly intolerable attitude, the husband was afraid of disappointing his friend. On one hand, he took better care of his friend. On the other hand, he tried to advise and persuade his wife, but his wife remained unchanged. As for Quak, he understood everything. Quak has already asked his friend let him leave twice, but Nhung insisted on keeping him stay. Seeing the sincerity of Nhung, Quak hesitated for some more time. However, on that day, Quak was determined to leave because he had just heard some extremely offensive words. Quak thought that if he did not leave early, someday he would be humiliated by this woman. However, if he asked his friend like the previous times, he would be kept back by his friend. On a very early foggy morning, Quak sneaked out of the house. To prevent his friends from the trouble of looking for him, while passing by a forest, he took off his cloak and scarf, hanging them on the branch of a tree by the road. Quak then came to another region and returned to his career of teaching children. Recognizing the friend was missing, Nhung went to look for him. When hearing the news that people had found a piece of clothing in the southern forest, he hurriedly went for a look. Seeing Quak's clothing, Nhung felt so sorry. Oh my, I have kept my friend only to bring harm to him. He must have been robbed or killed. But soon Young realized he left with no money and no belongings, so it is no point to think of being robbed. He must be attacked by a wild animal or got lost in the deep forest. Young ventured into the forest in search for Quak. Not finding any trace of blood, he felt hopeful. Pushing through thorns and crawling through dense foliage, Young continued to call out, "Quack! Quack! Quack!" Young kept walking, kept calling, wandering through the vast forest, until his last breath, that devoted friend never forgot to call out, "Quack! Quack! Quack!" And so, Young transformed into a bird, also known as the water whale bird. Young's wife waited so long for her husband to return, feeling regretful. One day, she left home and went to search for him. Finally, she arrived at the forest in the south. Hearing the sound of quack, quack, she became overjoyed and shouted loudly, "Is that you, Young?" There was no response except for the sound of quack, quack. Young's wife continued to follow the calling and venture deeper into the forest. In the end, she couldn't find a way out and died next to a tree.